Welcome back, everyone, to the Queen of TV channel. Now, a quick thing first before we get into our intro. There will be cursing and profanity. If that's not your cup of tea, this channel is not for you. So, without further ado, let's get into our intro. Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, the Queen herself, and you are the Prince and Princesses. You're either a subscriber or you are a viewer. Either way, welcome. Today, we'll be talking about why I love Bella from H2O Season 3. I did why I still loved Cleo. I did why I still loved Ricky. I forgot to say still in that video. But now we're going to talk about why I'm a fan of Bella, even though there's some people that are not. This video is going to be very short, probably, because since Bella is so new, there's not that very much to talk about in her character per se. So if I feel like this video is too short, I might jump in and just go ahead and add Will into this video. But let's just see. The first thing that I want to talk about and why I love Bella is her powers. First and foremost, to have the power to turn anything into jelly, anything into like complete stone, and to slime sounds very fun to me. To be fair, I love all the mermaid powers. They're all unique in their own right. Cleo's is like more on the earthy side, so it helps with stuff going on with the earth. Ricky is like good for like the winter times and like literally playing with lightning. You could pretend like you're Zeus or worse. And with Bella, it's like not Bella, Emma. When it's like with Emma, it's more of a living your winter life type power. But with Bella, it's like getting the chance to be a kid again. First and foremost, to have the ability to make anything into jelly, like you don't even need to go to the store and buy jelly anymore. Hopefully, it doesn't completely turn back into water, and there's a way to keep it like that. But you know what? I digress. But like, there might be a few people that might think her power is boring, which is understandable. Not all the powers are for everybody. Everyone has a Pacific powers and a Pacific mermaid. For me, it's all four. With Bella's, I find her unique because it's something different. Usually, when you hear stories about mermaids, you always hear mermaids have the ability to control water. They can control lightning because they have tritons. They can cause storms and stuff like that. But you've never had a mermaid that can literally have the ability to create jelly, stone, and slime. So, Bella is something new. She's something different, and to me, her powers are unique. That brings us to my second reason. Her relationship with the people closest to her. Her relationship with Cleo, Em, and Ricky, and Will. So let's get into it. With Cleo's relationship with Bella, do you see them have like a companionship type relationship? Not a romantic way companionship type relationship, but like in there could be the same person. You know, I'm not saying that Bella and Cleo are like twins. I'm saying like Bella actually gets Cleo in a sense of connecting to each other on a more emotional level and how she brings Cleo up. And we see Cleo like smile more when she's with Bella. So we kind of get a good idea that Bella brings joy to Cleo life while Ricky brings stability, which is a plus plus all around. And Lewis brings, she bring what's the word for it? I'm trying to think of the word Lewis brings her life. He brings comfort, he brings love and understanding. Which, like I said, is all good things in all corners of this ballpark, okay? With Ricky, Bella brings like this challenge. She forces Ricky to like not in a sense of crashing out, but like she brings out Ricky's devotion. She brings out Ricky's passion. She brings out Ricky's fury. She brings out the best in Ricky and also prevents Ricky from withholding the worst. And Bella and Ricky clash, yes. But at the same time, they both are able to admit when they're both wrong. We've never seen Ricky do this with Emma. It's always Ricky never takes accountability. But with Bella, Ricky takes accountability. So that in itself is a good thing. And on top of that, like it's a part of growth. It gives Ricky growth in her life, in her relationships, and necessarily with herself that matter. And that's all a good thing. That's why I said like Ricky and Bella are like best friends while Ricky and Cleo are like sisters because Ricky and Cleo fight like sisters. Without Emma there, Ricky and Cleo are able to talk about their issues with each other and like actually be a better team for it. Instead of Emma like guiding the two of them to a certain solution. And Bella like stands back. She doesn't get in the middle of them. She let them work out their own issues. She let them be their own people. And that's a good thing. And she supports both of them. She doesn't pick a side. She's also not neutral. She just does not engage, which is a good thing. Now with Will, she's like a different dynamic. She gives him stability, she gives him compassion, she gives him a safe space where he can listen and communicate because he can't do that with Sophie. Lord knows why he can't. But at the same time, she doesn't like to be made a fool of because her and Will need to work on their communication as well, and they do. Like they eventually learn to open up to each other and like work out their issues, like in the very end of the episode, because they are both growing people. They're not fully adults yet, so they're learning how to navigate their life. They're learning how to navigate the trials and tribulations that come with being in a relationship and come being into a different type of dynamic that they're not used to. Because it was always Will and his sister, and Bella was always on her own. So Bella now is a part of a mermaid group, and Will is like on his own for once. So it's a different learning experience for the two of them. Now that brings me to my third reason why I love Bella. I love this whole connection to the Tentacle and Mako. Her connection with Eva, the fact that they both became mermaids in the same moon pool. The fact that they both are required for the tentacle to work. The fact that both individuals, literally both individuals, shared the same powers, the same journey, and were both mermaids at a very young age and were on their own for a long time before, Eva passed away and Bella found Cleo and Ricky. So it's like it makes sense when you look at that and that type of logic that the need for Bella to be a part of the group was an absolute thing. But they do not fully explain that either. They leave that a mystery. Um, Not only that, But they also leave a mystery as to what happened to Eva, and I do have a small theory on that. Is that Eva died and became the tentacle itself, the Tower of Lights. I believe that both islands are connected and made from the same material. So that would mean that both islands would have the same being be a part of it, which is the tentacle, because they never explain where it came from. And we know for a fact, just by its appearance, it has to be completely a water jelly substance, which would be Cleo and Bella's powers, for it to be able to have that Pacific shape, despite the fact we know it's AI, but like, well, not AI, but like special effects. But when you really think about it, it's just like a clear version of jelly. Especially when we see them create the tower lights, and we can see that it looks exactly like the tentacle with Bella using her powers on it. So that would mean that the reason why Ricky would have a connection with the tentacle might be, if I'm going down a rabbit hole, is that Ricky and Eva, unbeknownst to Belle and Cleo, Ricky could have been related to Eva. And that's why she has such a connection with the tentacle, because the tentacle is a descendant of Ricky's. But, that's just me going down that rabbit hole. I had to wait for that one when we got to Bella. But with Bella, her connection with Eva is that her and Eva have the same goal, but one of them wouldn't survive the journey, which is Eva, and Bella would be the one to survive because Eva was on her own while Bella had Cleo and Ricky. So she was able to survive using so much of her power and her energy that she didn't die from it, which is sad and fucking unfortunate. I mean, oh my lord. Uh, Julia died by her damn self at sea. I think that's what they said. They found her in deceased estate. I'm guessing she died at a group home or somewhere in a nursing home without a family, on her own, alone. Because they didn't even mention where they found her body. And now we see that Miss Chatham is on her damn own, just to die alone with no family. And one of her friends ain't that damn far away. He ain't trying to bother to go see her. He was a fake ass friend. Her other friend abandoned her and died years before she did, before she even met her. Somewhere with her family living somewhere else. And then we have literally Eva, someone they did not meet or ever would have met, literally sacrificed her life and damn probably fucking drowned or worse, exhausted herself into a heart attack and died alone with no family, with no friends. And at the same fucking time, Bella was willing to make that same damn sacrifice just so Ricky and Cleo could keep living on. And I'm glad it was like, absolutely not. We're doing this together because, oh my God, could you have imagined? This literally would have been the third time they tried to kill a character off. They tried this with Zane when his ass almost drowned. They tried this again when Emma got that damn finger of hers cut on that poisonous coral in season 2, episode 12. And now we have Bella in the finale, who could have sacrificed herself and died if Ricky and Cleo didn't agree to help her. These older people being with these younger people, this damn near killing off characters is fucking ridiculous. I do not understand why they do this shit. Well, I can see why they keep doing the whole adult thing, because I believe in the early 2000s, that was what TV shows showed a lot of, which was underage fucking kids dating adults, which is a real life thing, which is something that's still prominent even today. Don't know how the fuck there's no law against this shit. But this whole thing with main characters is also a damn trope. Sometimes, I mean, even today, TV shows have this tendency to will they, won't they kill a character off, especially a character that should have not been killed off because it wouldn't make sense to kill them off. But two things that we got no control over in real life and in media. So, but with Bella, thank the Lord they didn't let her get roped into nothing like that. But it's very interesting to me that this information on the comet itself, on Eva, on the island, on the tentacle, all of this stuff was unknown. And it makes me wonder, like, how long was Gracie, Louise, and Julia really were mermaids? I believe they were almost mermaids for like 2 years, almost 2 years. Maybe they get their second powers, they just never got that far. But like, that's a whole other mystery, a whole other ball game. But it's like very straightforward. They were both the same mermaids of the same island, and they unfortunately got roped into the same destiny because of it. Now, that brings me to my third reason why I love Bella. Her feud with Sophie. The contrast between Sophie and Bella is wild. Sophie is this money hungry, vindictive, lying, conniving, jealous, man crazed, pathetic, heartless, no good, job stealing, money laundering, con artist bitch from hell of all things. Versus Bella, who some people can say that they don't care about, but would rather deal with Bella every day on a fucking island alone, being the last two people on earth, than they would living with Sophie. I can guarantee you that. Sophie had not a chance in hell to compete with Bella. The fact that they were feuding, even though Bella tried to be nice with her, is insane. Sophie is the reason why she done got no friends. She her worst enemy. She is her own worst enemy. She focused more on winning and making money rather than actually like just being a decent human being. And you can tell she's a miserable person because she can't even stand the fact that Bella is able to like be an anchor for Will to be able to have the strength to stand up to her, that it irks her nerves to the point where she's trying to maliciously separate them from each other. To the point where she trying to rope poor fucking Ricky into it after she done fucked up her relationship and try to make it seem like she's trying to get with Will when Ricky ain't never tried to get with Will before, and I don't know what the hell make her think she would try now. And she had just ended her relationship with her damn boyfriend. It would not make no sense for Ricky to jump that fast to another man. She is not you. But Sophie, I believe, is intimidated by Bella. She has got to be intimidated for this shit to make a lick of sense. She has got to be. because I have never known a person to hate somebody they do not fucking know this much. Like, I have people that I do not dislike, and it could be people I've read comments from on YouTube, not under my channel, but like other people's channels, or like literally everyday people. But Sophie feels so damn threatened by Bella that this girl had stolen a charity idea and tried to profit off of this damn charity. This girl then tried to get Will to go out with Ricky instead of Bella. This girl has literally attacked Bella's character by trying to tell her she a bad influence and how she ain't no good for Will and all this kind of shit, that she's trying to ruin the reputation of the cafe. Girl, Sophie pathetic as hell. She is down the earth bigot trash that you could ever find under your shoe. And it ain't even gotta be gum. It could just be her literally like a fucking eight-legged spider crawling all over your damn foot trying to not die. She that Kumo that won't quit. So it's like, girl, what is your purpose? And I'm glad that just like Ricky, Bella won. Bella was able to convince Will to not listen to Sophie. She was able to convince Will that Sophie was bad news, that Sophie was no good, that he needs to die because it's for himself, not for other people, not for profit. And you know what? He finally stood up to this. Well, he stood up to her before, but like he truly stood up to her then. And if you thought her getting fired was bad, her getting dropped like a sack of potatoes by her brother must have hurt worse. Because that thing had the nerve to bar Bella when she reminded her she wasn't even welcome at the cafe. Girl, that is not your house. That is his house. You do not have your name on no deed and no lease. Get you a damn job. Go do something with yourself. Now, that brings me to the fourth one. Ooh, wait. Bella's character arc, period. The fifth one I'm gonna say for last, but like Bella's character arc from coming in as this girl who is very reckless to someone who is more reserved, who is even more compassionate and confident and loving and kind as she was before, is a must have. Like, I don't understand why people don't like nice characters, but expect people in real life to be nice. Like, some people think if you're not nice in real life, you deserve bad things happening to you. But then again, when you go watch a TV show and you see a character that's nice, you think they're boring or you have a problem with it. I'm like, pick one. Like, you can't say you don't like nice people, but then get mad when somebody's not nice in real life. But I like Bella's nice personality. I like the fact that she's more of down to earth person. And I like the fact she brought chaos in the group. Like her clashing with Ricky, her like literal like willingness to fight for Will. Like I just love it. It makes me happy. And to be fair, I need to smile considering everything I've experienced. Who knows? Maybe after Monday because I'm off on Tuesday. After work tomorrow. After work today, which is Sunday, and tomorrow, maybe I'll start back smiling again. But it's like just Bella's whole demeanor. There's no way you can hate somebody that just wants to bring joy in other people's lives. And I can understand it could be annoying, it could be obnoxious, but at the same time, you got to learn how to live a little. You can't spend every day of your life being serious. So, when me, Bella came into this show like no filter. She jumps at the chance to help anybody. She could be impulsive to like her ending the show with understanding how to control her impulses, with her like being willing to have a team by her side without like jumping to do things on her own. Her taking other people's feelings in consideration, her learning how to better communicate in her relationships with people, and on top of that, her actually learning what sisterhood looks like. Like, I am so happy for her, and we welcome her wholeheartedly in the community over here for H2O. At least on my channel. Some of y'all in the fandom probably don't welcome her at all. And it brings me to the fifth. The best thing they could have bought the season 3 for me, Bella and the band. Bella and the band. Thank you, God, for Bella and the band. That's all I gotta say about that. I don't care who gets mad. Now, this feels a little bit longer than anticipated. I know some of y'all gonna wonder why this stuff longer than Cleo's video. Cleo's video is very straightforward. I love the whole still connect to everybody. She's the more human person to the fandom. But we'll talk more about Cleo when we get to Lewis, which is in the next video, because this is all I got for you guys today. I don't know why I have not been saying this in my videos, but please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And if no one saw you today, I'm telling you, I love you, and I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, bye guys.